Everybody, welcome to Worm Day. Tonight is Monday, and we're going to check on this Vermibag Mini, or Vermibag Mammoth, I'm sorry. Let's see, this is where we fed it last week. There's what's left of the cardboard, so they're already doing a number on that cardboard. I'm not seeing any food scraps. This was probably ready to be fed a couple of days ago. The worms have already left out of here. It seems like, oh, there's a little bit of an apple with a bunch of worms on it. This bag has a mix of Euros, Reds, Africans, probably some Blues, let's be honest. It's got everything in it. And that's fine because it's low maintenance now. I don't have to worry about anything. Yeah, everything looks good. They've gotten through the food. Let's see. Any craziness going on with this cardboard? Nope. Tell you what I'm gonna do though. I'm gonna open it up and I'm gonna put the food right back on top of it. Cover it up with some castings and this piece of cardboard here, and let them go to town on it for another week. So give me just a second and I'll show you what I'm feeding them tonight. Okay guys, I am back and I've got worm food. Green bean and corns going down there, all frozen still. That's fine. Bag of carrots and some strawberry tops. Hold on, let me pop this open. Sorry I wasn't prepared, guys. The strawberry tops are not frozen because they were from dinner tonight. However, those carrots are. We'll talk about that in just a second. And some more green beans. Hey, we got 5 kids. We eat a lot of green beans and a lot of corn. And that's fine with me. All right, so this bag here is cold brewed coffee grounds that I just pulled this morning, and some leftover corn. So I know a lot of people say you can't do coffee grounds unless they've been hot brewed. That has not been my experience. I've been doing cold brewed coffee grounds since I started with worms and have not had any issues. But I think the reason that I don't have issues is the next step right here. So we all know coffee is acidic, right? So I'm putting some calcium on it, and you could use eggshells, whatever you want. Yes, at one time I too bought worms and I kept them. I kept all these containers because they're super handy. You could use eggshells, you can use garden lime, whatever you want for a pH buffer. I'm using calcium carbonate, it's garden lime, and I just put it in there, mix it around with the coffee grounds some. Kind of knocks out that acidity a little bit, helps counteract it, gives the worms grit, they say. I don't know. But I have not had any issues doing it this way. As you can see, this Vermibag Mammoth is full. I even harvested an entire tray of castings out of it, and it is still full. That's why I'm not going crazy putting bedding in here. I'm letting them get through what they've got and just covering it up with what the material that's already in here for right now. I'm gonna harvest it again probably this weekend. If you remember correctly, when I dumped everything in here, I pulled a lot of castings. Actually, I pulled this entire half of the bag out. So I've kind of been letting that side resettle before I harvest again on that side. So last weekend I pulled from this side. This weekend I'm going to pull another tray out of that side, at least one tray, and try to get this thing kind of at an operating level where I'm still able to add bedding to it. Because right now I can't, and it's just too full. But we'll get there. It's a work in progress. If you notice, it's not covered with anything to keep moisture in. Right now it's kind of cooled off in Louisiana, and the bag hasn't been drying out a whole lot except for right below where this vent sits. And I will show you that on this side because I'm sure it's the same way. This side over here should not have any worms in it because I haven't fed it at all. So you see it's dried out a little bit right there in the middle. But when you get right below the surface, there's worms in here, which there, you know, it hasn't been fed on this side. So they obviously finished up what they had over there and have been working through this. This is actually the top part of this is what I pulled off the bottom and ran it through my trommel. And this was stuff that was too big to go through the 1/4 inch screen. So yeah, there's worms over here. I'm really actually surprised by that. But they'll make their way over there. There's a piece of tape. Let's get that out. Cardboard squares. I'm really surprised at how many worms are over here. I guess they finished that feeding up pretty quick that I did last time. I'm gonna keep a closer watch on it. I would like to keep the worms concentrated in one area if I could, to maybe make this feeding thing, help them get through this food faster. But, so yeah, I fed this side last week, about 10 days ago, fed this side again. I'm gonna harvest this side this weekend. My next feeding will be on this side, and I'll go the normal route of putting bedding and everything in. And then after I get 2 harvests on this side, hopefully it'll kind of be balanced out and I can run it the way you're supposed to run it. But guys, I mean, you could see that I'm doing this haphazardly. The worms are doing just fine. The bag is making castings and my food scraps are getting eaten. I mean, this is awesome. And I was able to shoot a catfishing video this weekend using the worms from my systems. It's on my other channel. When I get some stuff uploaded and some more content on it, I'll talk about it over here. Right now, there's not a whole lot on it. In fact, there's one video with another one about to drop. There's a pretty little worm. That, I believe, is a Euro. See his little clitellum there? Flip him over. See how he's kind of torpedo shaped? He gets bigger and I find him again. He may catch me a catfish for dinner. All right, you guys, have a good night. Go ahead and like and subscribe and ask me any questions you want down in the comments below. Have a good night.